Today's video is on Umbra review. So it has now come to my attention that my friends prefer to watch my videos rather than read my blogs. Okay. This has opened my eyes to a lot of things, but without wasting much of your time, let's get down to business today. Umbra is just a wallet that has sprung up from using Axiom infrastructure, and they tell you it is your incognito mode for your money. How the slogan sounds is exactly what Umbra does. Let me show you what it does on chain, and I'll show you how to get started using Umbra. Everything I use here are for tutorial purposes. The wallets are burner wallets, and such things will be destroyed right after making this video. So let's dive in. This is literally where your journey begins, from the Chrome Web Store. There's also an App Store product and a Play Store product, but this particular review purposes, I make use of the PC because it's quite easier for me to just look around, hop from one website to one website without wasting much of your time, because we're going to look at the back end, what Solscan says, not just what's happening at the front. I'll leave a link to that probably in the captions or in the comment section, depending on where you want to use, to all of the desktop and the mobile products, so you can get started. You get yourself this when you pin it to the top bar. Let's go to a fresh page here and let's go to Solscan so we can be able to see every single thing that happens behind the scenes, because we are actually going to take a look behind the scenes to see if it actually does protect you when you need the protection. Umbra here, I just put in the password I used to create that. I already have a setup burner wallet here, as you can see B1 over here. After this video, I'm going to probably discard it and everything. The moment you get started, it will ask you if you want to import a wallet or if you're somebody who wants to create a fresh one. I literally just created the fresh one. I need to guide you through the steps, and you can then fund here like so. Copy link and fund from wherever you want to fund from. The next thing you can do is go over to the settings at the bottom right here. As you can see, security and privacy, there is a place where you can actually manage all of your wallets. Then you can actually back up your wallet through your Apple iCloud. I would advise to also have a copy on paper, secure place, store it somewhere that no one else can see, and you get started with it. Right now, looking around, the interface is quite similar to the logo itself. To send is quite simple. Click here, put the amount of money you want to send, so drag it to whatever level. Let me put this one as an example. You'll be able to just press continue and you can send the funds to that person. As you can see, everywhere is white. This means the money in here right now is quite visible. If I copy this address and I put it on Solscan here, it brings out the address. You can be able to see $20 value in Sol. It's not capping because that is what is public. In Umbra, it only takes you a couple seconds to make this thing disappear. You can swap obviously in there. Usually gold badges are for verified tokens that belong to these things. History is also obviously there for what you've done before, and the settings here. Something I find interesting though, you could manage your account the way you want to. Address book, you could save addresses if you want to make mistakes to copy and paste every single time. There's compliance documents in here, preferences for you, whether you want to see it in USDC or get notification. There is also a privacy score, something that we have to watch. The more you do private transactions, the more you get something like a feedback and probably even points counting towards community. Umbra Sync allows you to sync between your PC and your mobile using a verified QR code scan. So instead of importing manually, you can literally just use Umbra Sync. It's going to just pack it together. I like to see these things from wallets. Talking about the place we are actually here for, as you can see here, public balance. There is also private balance, and this is where the magic happens. When you click on private balance, it takes a moment to just allow you to understand what is happening, register the account through ownership, and it gives you some feedback. I think there is a couple of things that take a few minutes to actually just get you set up. I will fast forward the video for this particular one.
A few moments later.
I think it even took less than 2 minutes. So we have the public balances here in white. It took about like 0.06 in fees, and there is a private balance, which in here you can then be able to do things like shield assets and even see the balance of the shielded tokens you've done. As an example here, we are most likely going to use $5, for example. Once you set 5.33, then you can slide. The process is exactly the same on mobile because you can do the exact same thing. You just swipe your finger across there and it's going to shield it ASAP. It will deduct from the public balance and it will move over to the private balance. Let's refresh this and let's see if that balance has changed. $14 has changed, no activity. You just know the money went from here to here, but it's not really there. It is something that is still hanging around. As you can see here, minus 5.31 WSOL. It went all over through using see here, it uses Axiom program and it uses Umbra's tech here, right, to make these things a little bit more private. So the balance here is 14. The $5 has gone. Nobody knows where the $5 went. So somebody who is tracking your wallet may be like, oh, this person sent $5 out, but you didn't send $5 out. Instead, You literally have yourself $5 in an account that is somewhere. And as you can see, me trying to trace it, I can't even trace it correctly because it just takes me to the general balance of WSOL. At this point, we have gone incognito. Let's give an instance. Private balance, you go to your private balance, then you go to, since I've already shielded a couple funds, right? Then I go to here, then I go to send, then I go to max, then I put the number in there. I click on continue. Then I allow auto claim for receiver. If I turn this off, this means the person literally has to download Umbra and create a sole private account in order to get the funds dropped in there, right? But I clicked yes and I press confirm. Understand that if you send money to someone who does not have an Umbra account created for its private balance, Umbra will essentially take the transaction as sending money to someone who does not use Umbra wallet. And this means the sender will have to claim it for the person, so it will drop in the person's balance. And this is how to claim. You go to the private balance, you go over to the vault. It's the same thing on the mobile phone, right? You go over to the vault, you go over to outgoing, and you just click claim here. Now, once I click claim here, automatically it will drop in the other person's wallet. Same thing, if it's an Umbra person who sends me a private token, it will appear in the incoming section and I will be the one to claim it since I already have a private balance. There is a mode called distress mode. It's under privacy and security. Distress mode here, what this does is create another account, which means the password you use to unlock it is going to take you to your main wallet. If you set up a second password, it's going to take you to another wallet with a dummy balance.
But that's simply not possible.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard?
If we do this and we click yes, app password, as you can see, and distress password, because the app password opens your wallet normally with full access to all funds, and the distress password open a limited view showing only the distress wallet with minimal funds. I think this is a very big move for security, and I think everyone should literally have this. On your mobile phone, it's still the same way. When you open your wallet with your password, it takes you to your main wallet. If someone says, hey, open this wallet, let me see, you can put your distress password. I'm going to take you to the other place where you have dummy funds you kept for anything safe. I forgot to mention this. I'm glad I actually did mention this. Let's head back to the studio. So that right there is everything Umbra gives us. To me, I feel like Umbra is kind of very, very secure. In short, one of the most secure wallets to use right now on Solana. Definitely is a very much recommended one to anyone out there, even anyone who is stepping into crypto, in my opinion. You can do a lot using Umbra, and thanks to Akium's infrastructure, all these things are now making your identity actually become your identity, with you having the decision to make whether you want to go public or private. You literally just have to use Umbra. See you in my next video. Peace.